What's going on, guys? Aero here, and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, guys, Nintendo has finally announced a special Splatoon 3 themed Nintendo Direct, which is going to be happening in a few days. They made the announcement on their Twitter this morning where they said here, tune in on August 10th at 6 a.m. Pacific time for a live stream Splatoon 3 Direct presentation. Join us in the Splatlands for roughly 30 minutes of updates. And I think that this is definitely something that a lot of people have kind of been waiting for. Splatoon 3 is one of Nintendo's biggest games this year, and I feel like we barely still know any information really about this game, and the game is like a month away now, so I am hoping that this presentation is finally going to show a lot of stuff about the game. Now, if you're one of the OG longtime viewers of the channel, then you probably know that I made a couple of Splatoon videos in the past, and I do enjoy the Splatoon games, so I am looking forward to seeing what this new one is going to have as well, because for me, I don't consider myself to be like a massive Splatoon fan. I'm not like a Splatoon enthusiast, the Inkling profile pic type of person who has like hundreds or thousands of hours into the game. I consider myself to be a very casual Splatoon fan who just plays the games from time to time. I do enjoy them, and if there's like a Splatfest or something happening, I'll participate in those, but I'm definitely not that type of person who invests like hundreds of thousands of hours into the game to try to get as good as possible and play like really competitively and try to get as high in the ranks as possible. That's not the type of player that I am. So for me, like, I know if you're like that type of person who's really into Splatoon, you don't even need to see this direct to know that you're going to be excited for the game and you're going to get the game no matter what. But for me, as a casual Splatoon fan, I do really kind of want to see what makes this game stand out from Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2 that makes it interesting and gives me a reason to get it. Because honestly, right now, to me, Splatoon 3 kind of just feels like a big Splatoon 2 DLC, where they're just kind of adding new things like new weapons and being able to do new things like pass the eggs inside a salmon run, and all of those just feel like quality of life updates and things that could have been added as DLC into Splatoon 2. So I'm really hoping that this Direct is finally going to showcase like, here's why Splatoon 3 is so special, here's why it is different than the other games, here are things that you can only get in Splatoon 3 that we can't do in Splatoon 1 and 2, so that's what I'm really hoping for, and I do want to talk about my predictions. Alright, so the first easy prediction is of course new maps and weapons. There's no way that they're going to have an entire Splatoon 3 Direct and not show us some new weapons and maps, but I do hope that this isn't like a huge focus of the Direct. I don't want them to just be showcasing like new weapons and maps for like 20 minutes and have that be kind of like the main part of the entire Direct, but I do think that they are going to show us some new ones, so hopefully they do have some cool different ways of using them and different strategies, and like there's definitely a lot of cool gameplay styles that they can do with them. Now the next prediction that I've got is customization, and customization has always been a big part about Splatoon ever since the first game on the Wii U. You have a ton of different clothing options for gear, as well as what type of weapon that you want to use, and I'm hoping that they go even a step further with it inside of Splatoon 3, where you have more ways of being able to kind of customize your gear to having the abilities that you want and stuff. Splatoon 2 kind of did a good job with it of having like the ability chunks and being able to use them to try to get exactly what abilities that you want, but it kind of did still feel a little too grindy, so I am hoping that Splatoon 3 is actually going to have a more streamlined way of getting what abilities that you want on your gear. And honestly, it would be really cool if they have a way of trying to have like different versions of the gear, like having your battle gear with the abilities that you like, and then also having like fashion gear for like your look, because I feel like sometimes there's really cool kind of clothing inside of Splatoon that I really love, but I don't really like the abilities that it comes with. So it'd be really cool if I could have like fashion gear for what I look like in battles, but then also have the abilities from other gear. Something like that would be really helpful. Now we're also probably going to be seeing some new characters, so I'm sure they're going to show off some of the characters inside of the single player mode, but then also probably the new idols that are going to be a part of this game. Of course, in Splatoon 1 we had the Squid Sisters with Callie and Marie, and then inside of Splatoon 2 we had Pearl and Marina, so I'm sure there's going to be two new girls that we're going to be seeing inside of Splatoon 3, and they're probably going to be showing those for the first time in this Direct as well. Now I'm also just hoping to see some more quality of life updates when you're navigating through the menus and the UI, and kind of just when you're selecting your weapons and your gear and things like that. I feel like we already kind of did get a glimpse of these inside of the gameplay that we've gotten for Splatoon 3, where we can see here like in battles, every player has like their own kind of name card now with their own name tag and things like that, so I am hoping to see more of these throughout the Direct. And then really the biggest thing that I want to see out of the Splatoon 3 Direct is how have they changed this game fundamentally to make it feel more different than Splatoon 2? How am I going to know right from playing this game like, wow, this feels completely new and it feels much more different than Splatoon 2? It's kind of like when Smash Ultimate was first revealed, a lot of people thought that it just looked like Smash 4 but ported over to the Nintendo Switch, and a lot of people didn't really feel like it was a whole new game. But of course, after you played it, you were able to see right away that it's much more fast-paced and it feels completely different. Something else that I'd also really like to see are some new game modes. Right now we pretty much just have 4 in terms of ranked modes, being Splat Zones, Rainmaker, Tower Control, and Clan Blitz, so I am hoping that this game does add some more ranked modes, and some really nice quality of life updates will be finally allowing you to choose what ranked mode that you want to play. I feel like that's one of the things that I dislike the most about Splatoon, is that only certain modes are available at certain times, and for me sometimes I can only play video games for a certain time in the day, and if it's a mode that I don't really like playing, then I kind of just have to suffer and play that mode only. And sometimes I still want to rank up in some other modes as well, so I am hoping that they finally allow you to choose exactly what mode that you want to do, because that way you can practice that mode as well if you want to get better at it, but also just play your favorite mode whenever you want to. I'm also hoping that Splatoon 3 finally adds ranked modes into Splatfest. I love Turf Wars, don't get me wrong, but I didn't really like how ranked modes were never available inside of Splatfest when you wanted to do them, so I'm hoping that they can finally divide them up to having ranked modes as well, because that way people who like the competitive ones can play those and still contribute to their Splatfest team, but then people who like the casual Turf Wars can also do it as well. And then really the last thing that I want to talk about is just the possibility of the game getting a demo. I feel like it is very likely to happen. Splatoon 1 actually had a global testfire demo happen way back in 2015, and that happened on the Wii U. And then Splatoon 2, I'm pretty sure actually had multiple, where we had like the global test fire, and that happened, I'm pretty sure, I think like months before the game even came out. It was like very early into the Switch's life cycle, because I remember playing that one, and I'm pretty sure that one was in like March or April of 2017. But then we also had like a Splatfest demo, which happened like a week or so before the game came out, and that one gave you a feel for like Splatfest. So I'm pretty sure that Splatoon 3 is going to be getting some type of demo as well. And honestly, this game I feel like needs it the most, because if you play this and it really makes it kind of feel much more different gameplay wise than Splatoon 2, then it's definitely going to get much more people interested in actually buying it. But yeah, those are pretty much all of my thoughts about this upcoming Splatoon 3 Direct. I probably will be streaming it on my Twitch, so if you guys do want to watch it with me live, you can definitely go ahead and follow me on twitch.tv/actualaero. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, then definitely be sure to click that like button and also comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this. Are you guys excited for this Splatoon 3 Direct? What are some of your predictions? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. If you're new to this channel, then please be sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to have some more Splatoon content in the future, so definitely be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Click on that bell to become a part of the notification squad. Go follow me on Twitter @ActualAero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros. And Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.